Let's be honest for a second. The real reason you still can't hack anything has nothing to do with talent, intelligence, or tools. It's not because you don't have Burp Suite installed or because Metasploit didn't magically pop a shell. The real reason is simple and uncomfortable. You're trying to break systems you don't actually understand. You're running scans, copying commands, watching walkthroughs, but underneath all that, the fundamentals are missing. And without fundamentals, every tool you touch is just a black box. It feels powerful when it works, and completely confusing when it doesn't. Most beginners start by firing up Nmap, seeing open ports and moving on without knowing what those ports actually represent. TCP versus UDP feels like trivia instead of reality. DNS looks like magic instead of infrastructure. Routing, firewalls, packet flow, all of it gets skipped. And that's where everything breaks. Because hacking is not about tools first. It's about understanding how data moves, how systems communicate, and where assumptions fail. If you don't understand how a packet travels from one machine to another, you'll never understand why an exploit succeeds or fails. When something doesn't work, you won't know if it's a firewall, a patch, bad enumeration, or just a misunderstanding. So you guess, retry, and get stuck. Then comes the second trap, tool dependency. You run exploits without knowing what they're actually doing. When Metasploit fails, you don't know if the service is patched, if the payload was blocked, or if the configuration is wrong. When Burp doesn't show anything interesting, you assume the target is secure instead of asking the right questions. Tools are supposed to amplify understanding, not replace it. Nmap only makes sense when you understand TCP flags, scanning logic, and service detection. Burp only becomes powerful when you understand HTTP headers, cookies, sessions, and how state is managed. Without that, you're not hacking, you're gambling. Another reason you're stuck is chaos. No structure, no process. You jump straight to exploitation without knowing what you're attacking. Real hacking follows a flow for a reason. First you observe, then you enumerate, then you exploit, then you prove impact. When you skip reconnaissance, you're blind. When you skip enumeration, you're guessing. And when you jump straight to exploits, you fail almost every time. You wouldn't break into a building without knowing the entrances, the guards, or the layout. Yet that's exactly how beginners approach hacking systems. Practice is another area where most people lie to themselves. Watching tutorials feels productive, but it's passive. Real skill comes from struggling with real problems. Platforms like Hack the Box and Try Hack Me exist because reading about hacking doesn't teach hacking. You need to touch broken systems, fail repeatedly, and ask the most important question after every success. Why did this work? What assumption failed? What misconfiguration allowed this? And how would this be prevented in the real world? That mindset is what separates learners from button clickers. Hacking is also not about memorized commands. It's about thinking like an attacker. When you see a login page, you don't think, what tool do I run? You think, what can go wrong here? Username enumeration, weak validation, session issues. When you gain access, you don't celebrate and leave. You ask what credentials are stored, what trust relationships exist, and what else you can reach. That thinking doesn't come from lists of commands. It comes from repetition, reflection, and studying how experienced hackers approach problems. Another hard truth, you're probably trying to learn too much at once. Web, network, malware, cloud, all at the same time. That feels productive, but it's why you're not improving. Pick one path and commit. If it's web security, live inside Burp, OWASP Top 10, and real-world testing for months. If it's network security, master scanning, enumeration, and privilege escalation. Once you're solid in one area, expanding becomes easy. Trying to learn everything guarantees you'll be average at all of it. At the end of the day, the reason you still can't hack anything isn't lack of motivation or lack of resources. It's that you're trying to run before you can walk. You're chasing exploits before understanding systems. You're collecting tools instead of building foundations. The fix isn't flashy. It's slow, disciplined, and uncomfortable. Learn networking until it's second nature. Learn Linux until the terminal feels like home. Then start breaking simple systems and understanding why they break. Then you play with tools, but the right way. Not running them blindly, not copying one-liners from GitHub. You open the man pages. You read what the tool is designed to do, what problem it solves, what input it expects, and what its output actually means. When Nmap shows you a service version, you don't move on. You ask what that version implies, what weaknesses it might have, and what the next logical step is. The fastest way to grow is to slow down and go deep. One tool per day. Pick it, research it, read the official documentation, search blogs, write-ups, and real-world usage. Run it against a lab machine, break it, misuse it, see how defenders detect it, understand its limits. Tools aren't shortcuts, they're teachers. Every serious hacker you admire didn't memorize hundreds of tools. They mastered a few so deeply that results became predictable. predictable instead of random. When you treat tools as learning instruments instead of magic weapons, your progress compounds fast. Day by day, tool by tool, confusion turns into clarity. And that's when hacking stops feeling impossible and starts feeling intentional. That's how professionals are made. Not by shortcuts, not by flex, but by doing the boring fundamentals so well that advanced techniques stop feeling magical and start feeling logical. If this video saved you months of confusion, hit subscribe, drop a like, share it with someone who's still stuck, and comment down below. I'll see you in the next one.